I want to show you a full sales process in Dynamics 365 Business Central. I'm going to start with a sales quote. I'm going to turn that into an order. We're going to check inventory availability. We'll go through an approval process in Business Central. We'll ship the order, invoice the order, and process one customer return. So let's get started. I'm logged in as Alicia. She's in the sales department and has been working with a customer on a sales quote. Here's the sales quote. There's 2 items, and quantity and the pricing. She's talking to the customer and she wants to send a copy of this to the customer. It's easy to do right from Business Central. I can send an email, and the email's off to the customer. A little while later, the customer follows up with Alicia and says, yes, I'd like to go ahead with that. Let's order it. Alicia takes a sales quote and she's going to turn that into an order. We'll make an order right here. Let's open up the order. And the first thing we notice is we don't have an available quantity for the second item. So let's look at the order here. I don't have location code specified. For the first line item, let's take a look at availability by location. I can see that I have availability from the main warehouse, which is the one I like to use for this customer. So we'll hit OK. We'll change the location code. That one's updated. Let's do the same thing on the second line item. We'll look for availability by location. We can see that we don't have any on hand in the main location. However, we do have a planned receipt here. So we're going to select this main location. We'll change the location to main. Now let's check availability by period. And we need 25, and we're not going to have 25 until October. So we talk to the client. The client says, well, that's fine. I can wait till October. We'll select that, hit OK. We'll change the ship date from May to October. Now the sales order is done. However, there's a workflow process for sales orders, and Alicia needs to request approval. So she'll go ahead and do that. Request approval. The approval has been sent. The admin person is the approver on sales orders. So let's log in as the admin person. I'm logged in as the admin person. Here's my role center. And I can see that I've got one request to approve. Let's open that up. Here's a sales order right here. We can open the record. We'll take a look at the items. And we can see that we've got one item scheduled for the future, but that's fine. So I'm going to go ahead and approve that. And the sales order is approved. It's ready for shipment. I'm now logged in as David. David works in the warehouse and will be shipping this order. He can look at open orders here in sales orders. Here's the one right here. It's released. It's ready to ship. He looks at the order and he can see there's 2 items on it. And one item he can ship right away here in May. So he's going to go ahead and do that. The second item, however, cannot be shipped because we don't have it. So let's zero that out. The quantity to ship will be 0 here. He's going to ship this product and then indicate it on the order by going to Post, Ship. And now you can see on the order, the first order line here has been shipped. The second order line remains to be shipped. So several months pass. It's now October. David looks at his open orders and he can see he's got this one line item that still needs to be shipped. He's going to go ahead and ship that and then indicate on the sales order that it has been shipped. Go to Post, Ship. Now the sales order has been completely shipped. The next thing to do is to invoice this order. Let's log back in as the admin person. Here's the admin person's role center. We can look at open sales orders. Here's a sales order here. We can review the shipments. Here are the 2 shipments that were made out to the client. So let's go ahead and post this. We'll change the posting date, which will automatically change the due date on this. Let's go ahead and post this. We're going to post the invoice on this, and we're done. Subsequently, the customer comes back to us and says, I want to return some of those items. I really didn't need that particular item. I'm going to return part of the order. So let's go ahead and do a sales order return. Go to Sales, Sales Return Orders. Let's create a new one. This is the customer right here. And we can look at the invoice lines to this customer. So let's get the posted lines. We can see that we have a number of invoices here. Here's the line item the customer wants to return. So we'll select that, hit OK. It fills the line item with the return item. The customer doesn't want to return all of them, so we'll change the quantity. They just want to return 2 of them. Go ahead. It'll reflect the change in the taxes, a refund of the taxes, and create a credit memo on the customer's account. If we want to, we can go ahead and apply this to the other invoice. Here's invoice right here. We'll set the applies to ID. We'll apply this return to that sales invoice. And this is ready to go. We can send this out to the customer if we want to. We can just print and send it. Let's go ahead and post. We'll receive it into our warehouse and then post the credit memo at the same time. And we're done with the process. We started with a sales quote, turned that into an order, checked inventory availability, found out that some was not going to be available in the future. We initiated the workflow for the sales orders. The shipping department looked at the open sales orders, shipped the first line item, waited to ship the second, then we invoiced the sales order and processed 1 customer return on that order. And this is a complete sales process in Dynamics 365 Business Central.